I'm about to show you exactly what happens when you add 85 affiliate links to a website on a handful of articles over a period of just a couple of hours. Unless you're new here, you probably know that we like to test stuff here on Income School, and we test it on our own websites. If you are new here, welcome. Thanks for checking out this video. I hope that it's valuable to you and that you find it a little bit interesting and hopefully kind of fun. So here's what happened. We decided to take cookforfolks.com, this is one of our websites, and add a bunch of affiliate links to it. But the original premise was, what happens if we add 100 affiliate links to one article? And I'm pretty sure I know what happens. That article suddenly loses a whole bunch of its traffic because Google really hates that. It starts to feel a lot like spam when it's just full of affiliate links. Not to mention that it's really hard to add that many affiliate links to a blog post and have it feel at all natural or organic. And we're all about natural and organic here, not necessarily just in the food that we eat, but definitely in the way that we try to get traffic from Google and other sources. So instead, we decided to spread that out over the top 9 or 10 blog posts. And what we ended up with was 85 brand new affiliate links on 9 blog posts. Now, giving credit where it's due, Nathan's actually the one that did the work. But I want to show you what he did and what it looked like and why we used the strategy, and then we're going to dive into exactly what happened. So here is one of the articles. Now, the reason that we chose the articles we did is because at the time, over the 30 days or 28 days, Google Analytics 4 chooses that as sort of its time frame, over the 28 days leading up to the day that Nathan did this, these 9 articles that we went with were the top 9 articles on the website. Some of those have moved because of seasonality, which I think will become apparent. So what he did was he went through these blog posts and he just looked for opportunities to kind of naturally add in some affiliate links. For example, we're talking about stuffing here, how much to make. So what does he do? He links to stovetop stuffing on Amazon. I don't know who's gonna buy their stovetop on Amazon, but maybe they're like, you know what, I don't wanna go back to the store again and I can get it here in 1 or 2 days. So you know what? We'll just order it on Amazon. This is the approach that we call, and we have another video where, I guess I'll go ahead and link to it right here. We have an approach to affiliate strategy, and well, actually 4 unique approaches, and one of them is called the convenience approach. In this approach, it's not about reviewing a product, it's about just conveniently giving people a link at times when they're going to need it. If we're talking about stuffing here and we're mentioning stovetop and saying, look, you can buy a bunch of boxes, it's actually cheaper, see for yourself. Go over here to Amazon and buy your stovetop stuffing. We're conveniently placing this link here for you. I'm gonna drop another little truth bomb here, and that is that one of the reasons to include affiliate links, especially to sites like Amazon, even if it's a product that there's a low likelihood someone's gonna buy, is if you can get them to at least do the click to go check something out, like in this case. Win-win. Just a note, if you opt to order box stuffing from Amazon, buy multiple of the individual boxes, it's actually cheaper. Go see for yourself. There's a little bit of interest there, a little bit of intrigue, and with that, like, okay, I'm curious, let's go check that out. Well, here it's only giving me the option to buy them one at a time. But they probably had a bundle at one point that came with like 2 boxes or 5 boxes, and it turned out cheaper at the time to buy them 1 box at a time. So I'm feeling a little bit cheated, Nathan. But that's because Amazon's listings change all the time, which is the danger of mentioning specific things like that. All right, so as we scroll through here further, another one here, we're talking about, when to make more stuffing. Here's a great roaster oven you might want on Amazon. It'll do what you need. But if you really want some additional features, here's a more expensive one that has those extra features. And you might feel like maybe that's overkill, but frankly, if I were to ask a friend, what should I get to help me with this? I might say a roasting pan. And you know what? You can get a really, really simple one that's just got a dial. You set the temperature, you're done. But you know what? There's some that they have some pretty cool features. They just cost more. Here's one that I have seen seems to work pretty well. That's what we're doing here. And so it still feels fairly natural, even though it's 2 links right by each other. And then he mentions here, but you know what? I really like this grill smoker. And I know he does because he has this exact grill smoker. And it's really cool. I know because I've used it. I tested it out for a video once and it was awesome. So there's 4, right, so far. Then we have one here about Rubbermaid storage containers. This is because we're talking about leftovers. What's gonna happen when you're done with your Christmas dinner and there's a whole bunch of stuffing left over? Well, you know what? Go buy some Rubbermaid storage containers. There you go. Here he mentions these are things that you can do to add to the stuffing to make it go further, right? You can add some nuts. I really like walnuts. Here's my personal favorite walnuts. And guess what? You can buy them on Amazon. Ta-da! Again, if we can get the click, then if that person makes a purchase soon hereafter, well, we're going to be able to get a commission no matter what they chose to buy. Then here's the other thing that we did, because frankly, adding 10 affiliate links to most blog posts is a stretch. It took him, like I said, a couple of hours, 2 to 3 hours, for him to go add these links to 9 blog posts. So he did the same process on 9 blog posts. He probably added this whole paragraph, right? Just threw it in right in the middle, but he had to do it in a way that felt natural, that didn't feel like all of a sudden we went from previous author, boom, new author. I've done that even for my own posts, where I wrote it originally and now I'm adding in something, and it just takes time to find just the right places and look for just the right opportunities. So to make it go a little further, we added in this little table. This is about the most basic way to do this. Could we design the table to look a little cooler? Of course we could. If these are products that we actually have and use, which they are, then why don't we add a photo of each one? Amazon recently took away the photos with the link built in, where you can actually use the product photos from Amazon. So anybody who had a bunch of those on their website, now they all just look like broken links, which kind of stinks. But if we have these products, then we might as well go ahead and just add a photo. So maybe that's something that we'll do. This is just a list here that we can include on several posts, the exact same list of a handful of products that are really helpful for a lot of these things, and that we actually use and that we actually recommend. This is another approach that we use. It's one of our 4 unique strategies. And essentially it's where you just have some specific products that you use on a regular basis that just kind of become part of you and part of your brand, and people just know that they're associated with you. Things that you recommend fairly regularly. It's actually really helpful to be consistent, by the way, from post to post. When you say on one blog post, I recommend this specific crock pot, and then in a different blog post, because you either had AI or some freelancer write the articles, and they are inconsistent and they pick a totally different crock pot, somebody who reads those 2 blog posts is going to recognize that they're not the same, and they're going to wonder how genuine you really are. An even better way to do this, by the way, which isn't what we did here, because we decided to go with the top blog posts on the entire website, no matter what topic they were about. But if you decide to do this by category, you can go ahead and make a little table like this for each of the different categories on your website. So, if we had one that was specifically for, soups, right? There are certain things that you're going to use the soups that you don't really use with much other stuff. Maybe we're going to have a table that's for grilling, roasting, that kind of stuff, where we're going to say, look, if you're looking to roast a turkey, a ham, or whatever, like a roasting pan is a great thing to have, or like a roaster oven, great thing to have, and a roasting pan, both. Have these things. Or, I like to have a single-use foil pan that I can put in the smoker so I can catch all the drippings on my turkey and still baste with them. That kind of stuff, right? Partially because I don't want to put my good roasting pan in the smoker and have it get all black and smoky every single time. My wife doesn't like it when I do that. I end up scrubbing. So anyway, having a table like this and having it be a little bit of a better fit to the actual content in the article is going to be the even better way to go. But this, it did something. It was a first step. So we did this 9 times. I have all of these articles here that were top articles at the time on the website. So now what happened as a result? Well, 2 things that we want to look at. We want to know what impact this had or did not have on traffic on the website. You see, because adding a lot of affiliate links can make your content look really spammy and can hurt traffic. In fact, it can make your content look unhelpful and really hurt the traffic of your entire website. So, did we get hit as a result of this? Well, let's look at the Google Analytics. Oh my goodness, look at that drop right there in December. What? Oh, it's on Christmas. Yeah, Christmas and, the weeks after Christmas tend to be lower than before. When did we make all these changes? Oh, it was back here on the 10th. All right, so at least over this time frame, we can be certain for 15 days, 14 days, that it didn't have any impact. What if we look at the time after that? So let's look at from December 29th or even from the 25th on. Well, we'll start at the 23rd, just so that we can catch that initial drop. So there's the daily numbers over the following month, or the following 28 or so days. We have the drop after Christmas, totally normal, by the way, on all cooking websites, basically. And no, I don't see any sort of major shift, seeing that Google recognized that our content suddenly got spammy. Let's look at since then, because we're way past January 20th. By the way, I'm doing this in short spurts because I want to be able to see the daily numbers. All right, this is including even today, so that's not real, right? But other than that, I mean, look at that. As flat as can be. So it didn't do anything traffic-wise. So what did it do to the income? Well, when we look at the 30 days, which is the report that Amazon gave us, the 30 days leading up to this change, the income from affiliate links was $13.59. I'm embarrassed to say it. We have dramatically under-monetized cookforfolks.com. We make quite a bit more than that from ads, but the affiliate work on that website, just the work hasn't been done. And even the work we did here was not very customized to the content other than those few links within the post. That table, not very custom. And frankly, we just don't have a strong affiliate strategy on that website yet. Coming soon. All right, back to this. So what happened to the income? It more than doubled, like overnight. In fact, the 30 days following this time period, the income was $30.52. That's 225% more than before. But we did it with 43% less traffic on the website. So that's actually pretty heartening, if you can say that. Heartening, the opposite of disheartening. Because even with substantially less traffic in the post-Christmas timeframe, which is, again, a normal seasonal thing on this website, we made 2.25 times as much money. It's only $16.93 more, so you could argue maybe that wasn't worth Nathan's time, but compound that over several months, and let's look at the effect that it's going to have as the traffic on this website increases. That's pretty substantial given that all he had to do was spend a couple hours working on 9 of the articles of the website. I also want to point out 3 of the articles that he worked on were very, very, very much high value articles in the Thanksgiving to Christmas timeframe, but not so much after. So there were 3 articles out of these top 9 that lost more than 50% of their traffic. And in fact, the average loss on those 3, I got to calculate this real quick. All right, the average drop in traffic for these 3 articles was 88%. Basically, they dropped off a cliff. And here they were. How much stuffing, in the United States at least, stuffing is one of those things you eat on Thanksgiving and on Christmas and basically almost never the rest of the year. The next one, mashed potatoes. Now, mashed potatoes isn't as uncommon, but it's a very common thing to have on Christmas and Thanksgiving. And then the other one, where to put turkey in the oven. How many people are roasting turkeys on days other than Thanksgiving and maybe Christmas? We do ham on Christmas. That's what my wife grew up with, but you know, I grew up with ham, turkey, whatever. It's usually something special like that. And turkey is just something that we don't usually do a whole lot except for during this time frame. So it's not a surprise to me that those lost a ton. When I look at the site traffic overall, the drop was 35% after Christmas. 35% less traffic with 2.25 times more revenue from affiliates. Not bad. So there you have it. That's what happened when we added 85 affiliate links across only 9 articles. It doesn't seem to have had any effect yet on the site performance. We'll see what happens the next time Google pushes out one of their mean, nasty updates. But I'm also excited to take this a step further. Not further as in doing more of the same, but rather further as in actually implementing our affiliate strategies that we normally do and that we teach on this website. As you may know, I'm still working on my Project Double Time website as my primary focus, but this website is one that I'm very excited to do a full revamp on, and that's what we're going to be talking about here on this channel, in addition to Project Double Time, which is going really well, by the way. The YouTube channel for my Project Double Time website is monetized now. I am within a week of that. The daily income is such that it should put me at about $100 a month just in ad revenue from YouTube. And it's just steadily increasing as those ads kind of settle in and as views and subscribers on that channel continue to grow. So I'm excited for that. So many good things happening now. And I've also seen some really cool, exciting things, case studies coming from other people in the blogging space. This is working and it's really awesome. We just need to take the right approach. And that's another aspect of what we're going to be talking about here on this channel over the coming months. Thanks for joining me today and for hanging out with me as I kind of geeked out a little bit on some of these numbers from the work that fortunately I got to have Nathan do. That's it for today. Thanks for joining me. We'll see you all next time.